Hey guys, I'm going to teach you how to make this really simple and easy Christmas tree completely from scratch. So, to begin, this is the list of items that you're going to need. If there are any that are linked to quests that you haven't unlocked, download by the way quests because it will tell you what your progress is for that specific quest chain and it helps out a ton. First of all, you're going to start with the Northshire barrel. Size this down appropriately to how large you kind of want your tree, and then sink this into the floor. The main trunk of the tree is the Belemeth beam platform. I rotated this 180 degrees and then sized this down and stuck it inside the barrel. The main kind of hunk of the Christmas tree is creating these almost like a triangle effect with the bushes. So one at the front, two at the sides, and then maybe one at the back if you care about how the back looks. And then stick the bushes in a similar pattern going all the way up. But make sure that you rotate them so that they aren't like a super uniform pattern, because like nature isn't uniform. It sticks out in different angles. So you kind of want to mimic the bushiness of the tree. Make sure that it comes to a point at the top as well. So you want a single bush right at the top. The fairy lights for the tree is the Shamancy Goblin string lights. These I love more than anything because they remind me of the old retro incandescent lights, you know, the ones that like threaten to set our trees on fire. They have this kind of like spark animation every now and then, which is very cute. These are kind of difficult to work with, but once you get the hang of it, it makes sense. First of all, figure out the front part of your Christmas tree, like where everyone is going to see your Christmas tree, and then work from there. You want to put the main bulk of the fairy lights facing straight on. So with the fairy lights, you want to kind of mimic a triangle shape where the ends of the fairy lights are touching, and it doesn't matter if you can see the ends of the grey because you cover them up with baubles later on. Just make sure they're not sticking out to Narnia because you can't really cover that with a floating bauble in the sky. But if you kind of put the ends of the fairy lights kind of on the branches that sticks out, then it looks more realistic. But the idea is that the left side of the string is down and the right side of the string is up. So you're kind of creating this loopity-loop going up the tree from left downwards up to the right. You can kind of see it here where on the left it's down and then it swoops up to the right. Now I'm seeing my tree from this angle. This is where everyone's going to see it. So I work from this angle and I make it according to what it looks like there. It doesn't matter what it looks like at the back. No one's going to go at the back. No one's allowed at the back. For the bottom, I used the circular wool rug and I kind of like brought the barrel up so that the rug could sit up because I didn't want the barrel to be hidden by the rug. And that creates like a nice tree skirt. And this is colorable as well, so you don't want blue. You don't need to have blue. So there we go. We got the base of the tree. We got the tree, we got the trunks, we got the tree stump, and we got the lights. The baubles is the veil skewered animacone and the hanging drenethys light. Now these, I pretty much sized down to almost the smallest that they could be. And I strategically kind of placed these to hide the grey ends of the lights where I can or where I need to, because there's no point in decorating behind. Like I know it looks ugly from behind, but no one is gonna see it. It's okay. So I pretty much just angled these appropriately to where it's gonna be, put some in between the lights, put some on the string lights, put some hiding the end. This is where you can kind of like hide all your mistakes. The baubles are very, very forgiving. You don't have to go with blue and pink baubles either. There are multiple different colors that you can get. There's like a green fell candle that you can get if you want green baubles, but my house is pink, purple, and blue. So I went for pink and blue baubles. So once you're done there, your tree is going to look something like this. And now you're ready to put the star on top of the tree. So the star I used for my tree is the Dalaran sun sconce. Use the side with the candle facing towards you because the light that it emits is actually really, really nice. I played around with this until I kind of nuzzled it into the top of the tree bush because I didn't want it like sticking out like a sore thumb, but I wanted it, you know, kind of being able to sit on its own. because it made a nice light and I didn't want to hide the light that it emitted. Speaking of lights, I actually put the wrought iron floor lamp inside the tree because although the light that it emits is really subtle, it gives it enough light so that it stands out a little bit more in dark corners. Now my favorite part, the train set. So I made the train set size down based on how big my rug was. Train set is so cute. And then I didn't want like the doors to just be standing on their own. I thought that was really weird. So I used 2 open carved wooden crates and sized them down so that it looked like the doors were attached to the box. I wasn't like super particular about sizing it up because you'll see in a minute, a large majority of it is covered by the presents. But the effect that it created here was really, really cute. Just something about Christmas trees and train sets that's just amazing. Like, it's a Christmas spirit. Finally, presents. I made so many different variations of this, but I settled on using the Silver Moon beam platform with the elegant carved bench as ribbon. So the beam platform comes in white. You can't recolor it. That's fine. We use white as the base for the boxes. But the elegant carved benches, not only can you completely color them, which I chose to color the main part in red and green and then leave the gold trim, but they also curl at the end, which gives the effect of like, you know, when you curl ribbon and it creates that nice little like curl? That. And then for the top of a few of them, I used elegant seat cushions that match the same color as the rest of the ribbon. And I varied this, like there was a lot of variation. So the bigger benches had the cross ribbon on the top and then the 4 ribbons along the side, the benches. And then the smaller boxes that I couldn't size down the benches enough, I just basically used ribbon along the sides, hid it in the floor or in the box below that it was sat on, and then used the elegant cushions as kind of like a bow on top. So you can see here, it's so much easier if you move the tree away and then place all the presents in, but you can see the different variations of sizes I've got there. So I've got some little ones at the front and then some bigger ones at the back and then some little boxes sitting on top of that, but all of them follow the same ribbon variation of ribbons along the side and then a button on top if it's small enough, otherwise cross on the top. And there you have it, your very own Christmas tree, made just in time for Winter Veil, where they are definitely not going to put a Christmas tree in the trading post. But there we go, you made it from scratch. I hope this helps. Let me know if you made it, and happy housing!